Hello there, Pisces. Thank you so much for stopping by for your monthly tarot video forecast for the month of April 2016. What I'm looking at is not by any means a comprehensive peek at your month. We are looking at a major theme operating inside your month somewhere, and this is called a life cycle. A life cycle is something that sets you up to have an experience or to learn something. And so once you have that experience or that lesson and you're integrating it into your life, we'll be looking at how that changes some of the things in your life. So to look at that setup for the lesson or experience, I'll get started here in just a second, but before I do, I just want to remind everybody this is a general reading. Obviously, not every single thing I say is going to be true for every single Pisces. That's just not possible. If you would like to have a private reading where I can look at just only your energies, you guys know how to do that. No big deal. The other thing that I want you guys to know is that if you hear something here that you don't really like that much, you do have free will, and free will influences everything. So if you hear something that you don't like, you can change some attitudes, you can change some decisions, you can change some of your behaviors so that this energy does not actually have to come into your life. Just because I see it doesn't mean that it's written in stone. First of all, like I said, general reading, but secondly, you can change things through your own free will. Now, how do you know if this is for you? Probably the best way to tell if any part of this reading would resonate for you or would be for you is if it resonates when you hear it. All right, so let's get into your reading, Pisces. The first thing that I have coming up for this particular life cycle talks to me about your environment. And what I have here about your environment is that it seems to be one where you feel like you have everything that you need. You're not worrying about resources. And so you should keep in mind that environment for me can be any place that you have a lot of energy or effort invested. So this could be maybe you work in a studio where you have all the supplies that you want. This could be at home where you just feel like you have everything that you need to be happy at home. This can be at school where you go to a lab and you have all the tools and anything else that you might need to do your work. So anyway, you have an environment that feels like it's abundant to you. It has everything that you need. Now, subconscious leanings. You've been a little restless in some aspect of your life, Pisces, and you're about time for excitement. You're about ready for some excitement. You would like to see that come in, and that's what your subconscious is working on. How can I generate some more excitement in my life? Be careful, you want drama, or you want excitement, not drama. All right, so learning style for this particular life cycle, I'm feeling like anything that you're learning or researching having to do with this life cycle, you're just jumping right in. Just dive right in. Whatever that new information is, you're just going to dive right in and do what you can with it right off the bat. Learning is very hands-on in this particular case for you. Now, communication style. Very much all about body language. I feel like you are using so much body language this month. There are things, especially in this particular life cycle, that you are thinking that there is no way you would ever say. Guess what, Pisces? You're a water sign. Your feelings show. Your body language is going to be giving it away, even if you're keeping those lips zipped. So a lot of communication is coming off as body language for you in this particular life cycle, Pisces. Now, the next card I have talks to me about work, and this can come in a couple of different ways for me because I'm weird about work. Work can be that way that you make a living, what everybody thinks of as work, right? But for me, work can also be those things that you do to improve your own self or your own character. So I've seen this come in when I'm reading, come in either way. Sometimes it comes in both ways. You'll know which way resonates for you if it applies to you. And it could come in both ways for you. Both could resonate. Okay, so what I've got for work is you're feeling a little bit trapped by work. There are some things that you really, really like the income, like the benefits, like maybe for some of you it's the people, not for all of you I'm getting, but you feel trapped. It's like it feels to me like you would like to break free, but you just don't see anything else out there that would give you the same amount of benefits that you have in your current position right now. So that's what I have, is a little bit of frustration about work. Now, if this was coming in as work that you were doing on yourself, what would this look like? Still some frustration. This would be, to me, this is like trying to move on from something and having trouble moving on from it. Kind of hitting your head against that, or hitting yourself against that glass patio door that you don't even see when you're trying to move on from something that's negative and move away from it. Not quite being able to completely do that. Almost. Keep practicing, you'll get there. Just not quite yet. All right, so the next thing that we have coming up, that part of you that is being grown or strengthened right now. Wow. Okay, Pisces. So what I'm seeing about you that's being grown or strengthened right now is your ability to sincerely apologize to somebody for something that you've done. So it looks like you are eating a little bit of humble pie and going to somebody and saying, you know what I did was a little bit out of line, and just letting them know that you feel bad about it, and just expressing those feelings basically. And that's where you're actually getting stronger. I don't, like, none of us really loves to do this, even if we know that we need to. But this is showing up as where you're actually being grown or strengthened right now. So it feels to me too like you may be going to more than one person saying this as well. So there may be like, I think for a lot of you, there's like 3 to 5 people that you're going to be going to and saying this. For some of you, you'll be able to say it to everybody all at once, but for a lot of you, you're going to be going to each of these as individuals on most, excuse me, in most cases. Coffee belches, I'm so sorry. All right, so the next card that we have talks to me about those things that you stand for. And this card really tells me that you've been sort of working on your own. You haven't been collaborating with anybody, at least when it comes to this particular life cycle. And you're pretty proud of the things that you've done on your own. And so this card is just kind of saying, you know, other people are coming to you and saying, well, why don't you work with so-and-so? Why don't you do this? Why don't you team up with them? Why don't you do that? I feel like you're going to say, you know what? I'm perfectly happy handling this part of everything myself. And so standing up for yourself there. How other people perceive you right now. This is not my favorite card to tell you guys, but the way other people see you as they're looking in, trying to figure you out, is they're seeing you as somebody who's a little bit sneaky, a little bit of a trickster. And maybe this has to do with the apologies that you made. Maybe they're a little bit suspicious of the apologies. All right, so moving on. Lesson or experience of this life cycle has to do with being prepared for something. So this is making preparations. I see this a lot of times when people are getting ready to go on a journey. This card will come up, but this can also come up if you're getting ready to make a presentation at work, if you're getting ready to have a big doctor's visit, if you're getting ready to go see your kids' teacher at school. So preparations are in progress as part of this life cycle, the actual experience of this life cycle. As you get all your ducks in a row and you get everything prepared for whatever it is you're preparing for here, there are some things coming up. First of all, it looks like you have a big decision to make. And this is one that it's a major arcana type of decision. So this is something that is going to affect you for long term. You want to be careful about how you make that decision. I feel like you're very well aware of this and you're being as careful as you can be with this decision. I am seeing also that you're not really thrilled with the options that are in front of you right now. So whatever this decision is that you're making, either way that you make it, I feel like you're still kind of going, this is less than an ideal situation, either way you go. And then we have the ultimate fulfillment. We have the Ten of Cups showing up. And this is coming up in reverse, which is telling me that there's some situation that's an emotion-based situation that's going in reverse. So as you are getting prepared for something, those preparations are actually helping you with your decision, even though you're not really happy with your options for this decision. And also getting prepared for whatever this is you're getting prepared for sets some kind of relationship back. So apparently you're getting prepared to go ahead and do something for yourself that somebody in your life is not such a big supporter of. And this can bring on some tension between the two of you as you prepare. To me, it feels like you've already made your mind up by the time you get to the preparation point that there's no turning back. And I feel like this other person just has a really hard time accepting that and seeing any positive that could come out of this. But I feel like also if you give them some time, then they'll get settled down and calm down and things will be okay. But for right now, they're just really having a hard time with whatever it is that you're making preparations to do here. Okay, so that is your one of your life cycles showing up in the month of April, Pisces. Thank you so much for stopping by, hanging out, liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. I do appreciate all of your support. Everyone have a fantastic month. I will see you back here the next time. Peace out.